the box model in CSS. So we'll start off the class with the box model in CSS. So let me just open our Visual Studio Code, the editor. And we'll create a new file. Okay. So obviously, first we are going to create this HTML, then we are going to create the head part of it, and then I'm going to create, the body. Okay. Now, what am I trying to say over here is like the concept of box model is important because you remember we learned about divisions yesterday, right? We learned about making different borders around it, right? Now there is one more concept which is called margin and padding. Okay, so margin is what? Which is from the web page. And padding is what? Which is inside the box. So you will say, okay, ma'am, how does these two differ? Okay, so when I really talk about, let me just take you over here. And so if suppose this is my web page, right? And if I have to write something inside this web page, like suppose I am writing this, and so and so and so, and this. So basically, the distance from the web page is called the margin, right? This is the margin. But if you have a box inside this, if you have a division inside this, and in this also you are writing something, and you need a distance from this box, like inside this, then it is called padding. Okay, so you will say, ma'am, how we will see how this will look and all. So let us see one example and then try to understand. Okay, so one of the examples which I would like to take is, let me go to the open file. We did this division yesterday. So let me just copy the same code. Or you can work on the same this thing also. I'm just trying to save time. Okay, so classes and IDs we have already done, so I don't need it. This is my box model. This is it, right? We were doing this thing, correct? Yes. This is box model. Okay, let me change the title over here because that will be like class 3. Okay, so that we have no confusion in this. Yes. Okay, so, yeah. Now what is happening? This distance, like where it is written getting started, Lenovo support, Lenovo McAfee attendance, this green line, the distance from this green line till this blue line, this is actually your margin, right? Suppose this Chandrayaan, like somebody was asking me, like, ma'am, I want to place the things side by side. Now your question will be there. Okay, so now I will show you how we can do. If I want to make this little down, right, from Lenovo support, from this green line, I want to make it down. What will I do? In the same division, I will do here one thing which is called margin. And then I'm going to make 100, right? Control S. And when I go here and refresh the page, can you see? It is 100 distance from the green line. This is 100 distance from here. This is 100 distance from here, right? Now I will say, okay, say for example, students, basically, when I am saying ki this distance, now I said ki, okay, Sreshta, I want just a distance from the top. I don't want to shift it from the left side. So what you can do is you can make it like this margin. And in this margin, you can make it, see, margin top, margin bottom, margin left, margin right. So I just want to make the changes from only top, margin top. Okay, so Control S. So see, it is shifted back here. Now it is 100 from this green line. I'm talking from this green line. Now I will say, okay, Nikita, I don't like this. This is in the center. Please make it in the center here. Shift it towards right. So now what will you do? You will go here and you will make it margin left and make it 300. Okay, and Control S. Now we are going to refresh. See, it shifted, but still it is not in the center. So this distance from this line, this left line, the red color line which you see, from here you can shift it till here. I want it in the center, no problem. You can change it. Make it 500. Make it 500. You can write 500 this way or 500 pixels, whatever you want to write, you can write. See, it came. Okay, so what I want to place this near to this. Okay, I don't want to keep it here and there. I want to keep it little here. So here, what will I do? I will not put margin top, only margin left. So I will say, okay, margin left, and maybe I will put 400 like this. Control S. It shifted. No, it's not looking that great. I need to shift it back towards left. Okay, so no problem. I can make it 300 and Control S. Okay, little more, I guess. Right. Let's make it 200. See. Now I want to bring this over here. Right? I don't want to keep it on the right side. What will I do? I will remove the float from this side. And then I will say, okay, margin left. And then I will say, okay, 600. Control S. So this 600 is from where? From this red line, from here. Okay, but do you think it's going till down, right? I want to bring this up also. I want to bring this little up also. So what will I do? Now I will put margin bottom, right? Margin bottom, maybe 100. Let us see how this looks. Margin bottom, it shifted, but very less. Let us try a little more. So see, this is basically to tell you that margin is actually the distance from the web page, actually. The distance of the block from the web page. Right? So I think is it not taking? It is taking. Actually, it should be this way. Bottom means this bottom, the website, the web page bottom. So from here, it shifted like this. I can just show it to you. Maybe the distance is less. That's why you're not able to see. Now you see. Oh, bottom, I think it is not taking. Margin bottom. Okay, it should take, but since it's not taking, that's fine. Okay, sometimes maybe because of the page indentation. All right. Then basically what I wanted to tell you or what I wanted to explain you over here is that these distances are from the web page, from this. But now I come to this box, this division. And I say, okay, you have placed them nicely. I like it, the way you have placed it. But you know what is happening? This Chandrayaan, no, it is exactly fitted over here. It is exactly fitted over here. I want to keep it in the center. I don't want to touch it. So when you try to change the belongings from the inside of the box, then it is called padding. So how do we see that? What I will do, I will go in this one and then I will make it padding and maybe 100. Control S. See, from here also 100, from here also 100, from here also 100, from matlab box ke inside, from the inside of the box, that is called padding. Okay, I will say, no, you have made the box so big. I just asked you to change Chandrayaan. Why did you do this? So maybe what you can do this. Instead of padding, only you can put a specific one. So say padding top, like from the top, it should be 100. Okay. Yeah, so from the top, but it's still not looking great. So what will I do? I will change this. Instead of 100, I will make it only 10. Control S. Okay, nice. But still it is not looking. From here also I need some distance. So this time what will I do? This time I will write, okay, padding left, and then I will say, okay, 10. Control S. Refresh. See, it shifted. But since the distance is very less, you are not able to observe it. Now, same thing I will apply here also. Right? I can make all of them. Suppose you want to make here also, it should be, see, explanation is outside, research is here, everything is like not proper. So you can do this thing also. Padding, right. Again, okay, let me make it 20 so that you can see the difference. Control S. Yes. Can you see? Now they all are like these. The last line is 20 distance from here. But obviously this is 10, this is 20, not looking nice. So what we will do? We will again change it to 10. Somebody's mic is on. I can echo. I mean, my voice is getting echoed. I can hear my own voice. Please. Yeah. So now it's looking better. Right? So margin and padding is cleared, students, or you have created padding. But what is happening? This should be, you know, I need a border around it. Okay. So the prop needs 3 parts. It needs color, it needs thickness, and the style of border. So I will show all of them to you. So what will I write? I'm going to write here border. And in this border, you can write how thick you need the border. Suppose you need 2 pixels. Which color border you need? So you can write here black. And what kind of border? Like here I will say, see, dotted, double, so many things are there. Dashed. So here I will say, okay, I need a dotted border. Control S. Go here, refresh the page. Can you see? It is very small. That's the reason you are not able to see it. Okay, maybe I'll remove the color. Yeah. Can you see now? Border is there. Okay. Maybe to make you understand, I'll make the thickness more. Say 5 pixels. Control S. Okay. See, this is dot, dot, dot. In the second one also, I will put the border, but this time I'll put a different style. Okay. So here also, I'm going to write, say, border and 5 pixel and red color border. Let's make the color red. And this time I will make dashed. Dashed. Okay. Now let us see how this looks. See, it is a dash. This is dot, dot, dot. This is dash, dash, dash. And if you really want to see the difference, what you can do is please remove the background colors. So your difference is visible correctly. Control S. I mean more prominently. See now, this is dash, 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 this is dot, dot, dot. So these are the styles, like somebody was asking me, ma'am, how can I place it left and right? Now you will be able to place it. Okay, now maybe you can place it wherever you want. Right? So this is how you can make. So somebody who's making a news article website, or some websites wherein you want to showcase news and all, and you want to highlight a particular thing. So this way also you can make a division, you can put it in the center. At the background you have the data or the picture. On the picture also you can make this thing. So this is where your styling part comes, the margin and the padding. Right? So students, this is a very important concept, because when you are writing on the web page, right, or when you are making a beautiful website, where you want to place your content is a very important part. You want to place it on the right, left, up, down, everything you can control using the margin padding. And you can border it, make it beautiful, and so on. Okay, and if you don't write anything like dotted or dashed, the very basic and the very simple, just a line kind of border, that is called solid. Okay, so I will show the last border also to you for the last column, for the last division. And instead of dashed, I'm going to write here the solid border. And instead of red, make it green. And I'll remove the background color as well. So we will refresh the page. So this is a simple border, the solid border, the line border. Okay, if you don't want to keep it like this, you can keep it this way. So these are the mostly used borders, but if you find any other, you can use it for your web pages. Okay, so and plus you can make the thickness also less. All everywhere I've used. See, suppose I want to make thicker border. So make it 10 pixels, not a problem. See, the more you put the value, the thicker it becomes. And I will say, no, this thick is not looking that great. I want to make it very simple. No problem. You can just go here and make it 2 pixels, or maybe only 1 pixel. Simple border. See, just a simple line. Right? Clear? Border. So what is content here? Content is this. Whatever we are writing here, that is content. Border is, I've already told you. Margin is the distance from the web page. And padding is inside this distance. Correct? So all 4 things we have covered here. What are these box model things? These are content. The content which is inside the box, where text and images appear. Padding, you can, clear the area around the content, right? And it is transparent. Why transparent? Because obviously you have to move in here and there. Border, definitely, which is like you want to enhance the value and you want to, put it in a border or frame it or something like that, that you can use the border. And definitely margin, which is the outer area, or you can say the distance from the web page. And this is also transparent. It is actually there, but we are not able to see because it is a transparent margin. Right? Any doubt in the box model? Any doubt? Anything which you haven't understood? Clear. Okay. I will take you to another section of CSS, which is basically about dynamic CSS. Now, what do you mean by dynamic CSS is that CSS variables can be used and they can be updated dynamically, right? That means that they are preserved in the actual CSS style sheet. That means what? That means your media screen. Media screen means that your screen, see, when you are developing a website, say this is my website, what is happening when you are trying to to this. See, it is getting adjusted accordingly, right? Can you see this? You are moving, this is also moving, right? Or if you're moving, see, this is also moving, right? So media adjustments we are talking about, right? This is what I really want to talk about. This. If I am moving this way, it is not happening that everything is going. It is at its place. It's taking the size of laptop. Oh, sorry, the size of mobile. Maybe this is the size of your tab. And this is the size, the full size is your for desktop or the laptop version. So yes, your website is yes. That's what they are trying to tell here. Okay, second is corners. Like corners, you are not defining it anywhere as such. Like suppose if you want to do, you can do it this way. But even if you don't do it, your website does have these on its own. It does have a small corner and everything. You are not defining that this page has to be so and so. It is taking its own space, right? So that is why these things are written here. That it means they are preserved in the actual CSS style sheets. Yes, they are, right? So nothing as such you have to learn in the dynamic CSS. Dynamic CSS, we'll see the different examples, then you will understand it more better, right? So now the first example I will talk about is the transform property. Transform property means a 2D or a 3D transformation to an element. Right. Now, element can also be transformed, like either you rotate it, either you skew it, or you scale it. Okay, now what is the difference here? It will do the rotation, like Earth is rotating. Correct? Skew is, it's going to change the angle. And scale is like vertically. If you're taking Y, it will be vertical. So let us see all the three examples, and then we will go ahead. So in this, I will do it. In the same one, I will do it for you. So what I'll do, I will remove all this, height, width, everything. Oh, sorry, margin and border. This is just to show it to you, okay? Even if you keep it as it is, not a problem. But since I have to show all the examples, that's why I'm writing it like this. Okay. So now how your website will look after removing everything, it will look like this. Okay. All the three are looking like this. Now what will I do? In the first one, sorry. Okay. So let me put maybe a background color wherein I'm going to put, say, red color. And in this, I am going to put the transform property. And here I'm going to put rotate. And in rotate, how much I want to rotate? Maybe I will say, okay, 20 degrees. Okay, Control S. See. Now you will say, ma'am, you've done it directly. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me first remove this. Control X. See. Currently it is like this. Now I want to turn it, right? I want to rotate it. Like how do you rotate pictures? When you take pictures on your camera, what happens? Your picture is not right. Somebody's, tilting the camera, taking the picture. The picture is horizontal, vertical. You want to do it in the right. So it is exactly the same way, the rotate part. Okay. So instead of this, now what will I do? I'm going to put 20 degrees. Okay, let us see. Wow. Now what will I do? Instead of 20 degrees, I'm going to make it, say, 60 degrees. Okay. So it's turning from right, from the clockwise direction. See this, like this it turned. Okay. Now suppose I want to turn it that way. I mean, this is like looking like this. So I said, no, I want to make it upside down. This also minus 60 degrees. So what will happen? It will do the other way around, see, like this. Minus 60. So minus 60 is not looking that great. Maybe I will make it, say minus 20. I think this will look nice. Yes. So suppose you have to talk about, sorry, the next property which we will talk about is skew. Skew means you are moving differently. Now you will say, ma'am, how? So let us do and see it. Because you know, when you explain skew, people don't understand what exactly is skew. Rotate, they've understood because they are rotating the pictures in everyday life. But what about skew value, right? So let me put it over here. Let me put here transform. Here I'm going to put skew, and see here simple skew also you can put, or I am putting skew y just to show it to you. Acha, y is what? The x and y coordinates. Okay. So let me put here 20 degrees. Sorry. 20 degrees. Okay. Control S. Let us see how it looks. See. This is going this way. Right. So you will say, okay, what is the difference between here and here? Here, if you see, it is looking like the pattern is written like this. Okay, let me put the color also so that it is more clearly visible to you. Background color is pink. See now. Do you see the difference? Okay, you will say, ma'am, no, I can't. Actually, if you have imagined the 3D style, no, you will then be able to understand the skew difference. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you the angles now. Maybe out of 20, I will make it 60. Okay. Let me make it 60 for you. See. Here, if you make 60, what happens? I will do it for you. I will do it for you. You will say, okay. Then you will see the exact difference between the two. This is 60 degrees and this is also 60 degrees. Sorry. See, this whole picture is rotating, but this is rotating like a plane. Plane means like 3D. Like you have the 3D. This full is rotating. Here only here actually your texts are also rotating. Do you see the difference between the two? One, the full background. Here also background is moving, but it's like a 3D plane. Plane kaise move hota hai? Like if you talk about this one, after 60, I will say, okay, 80 degrees. Control S. See, this is exactly elongated, but this will not be elongated. This will go a little more towards right. Let us see how this will go. This will go this way, 80 degrees. This will go 80 degrees. See? So this is moving like 3D, like a plane, and this is moving like your picture, the photos which you take, rotation. Okay. Now suppose if I do the other way around, this was QY, but suppose if it is QX, what do you think will happen? If suppose it is QX, so let us see, maybe I'll reduce the angle because it will be too difficult for you to understand. See. Now it is rotate. Okay, let me first remove this. Let me first remove this. Control X. Let me show it to you, the original thing. This is my original thing. Okay. Now when I'm putting this part, see. So now this is moving plane only, but this way. How? In the X direction. In the horizontal way it will move. Initially, the plane was moving vertically in the Y direction. Right? Now, same way, I will do it here also. Instead of 60, instead of 20, I will make it 60 degrees. Again. See? Now this is rotating this way. X direction mein. Okay. So X and Y means the direction. Okay. That's what it tries to say. A two-dimensional transformation is applied to an element through the transform property, and this property contains a list of transform functions which are there in the SVG. Right? So these are the things which are there. This is the difference between the two. So just give me 1 second, students. I'm just putting the charger on. My laptop battery is gone basically. Okay. Yeah. So students, is it clear? Oh, and this is clear. Now the third one, which is like scale. So scaling means how do you want to go about it? So you will see now. I will show you the scaling. Scaling you will understand. Scaling is like the height of it. Okay. So let me take you on the third one. Let me put the background color first. So I am using bright colors so that you people are able to understand it better. Okay. So let me put transform, and here I'm going to put, let me put not Z, but Y. And here any angle of your choice. So I will say, okay, 20 degrees. So first of all, let me show you the difference. Otherwise you will say, oh, sorry, it didn't work only. Please remember skew X or Y when you are writing. X and Y should always be in capital. Otherwise it will not work. Yeah. Okay. Now suppose I will say, okay, oh, one thing we have made here, degree will not come, here height is there. So that's what it was not working. Yes. See, 1.5. Now suppose I change it, I'll make it little more. Okay. 5.5. Control S. I will go here. I will go here. Why it is not taking? I think the space is less, is it? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm writing rotate here. Oh. I'm really sorry. You don't have to write rotate here. You have to write scale. Sorry. That's why I was saying why it's not. Okay, 1.5. I'm so sorry, students. Please excuse me for that. Yes. See, 1.5, it is increasing. Okay, after 1.5, say I will make it 4.5. Okay. See. So something like you are making in your website, and on the left side you want to make your font. So scaling is height. बच्चे का height बढ़ता है. You're like when you are a kid, right? So kids grow in the height, right? So that is scale. And Y means vertically. Vertically it will grow. Okay. But if I make it scale X, oh, I'm so sorry. If I make it scale X like this, then what is gonna happen? This way. Like something you want to display. For example, you've made websites, but now you want to display here, right? You want to make the font size bigger and this way. So you can use it. You can do it using the scaling option. Right? Clear? Any doubt in this? Scale also 0.5, but yes, like let's see how it looks with 1.5. Okay. So when you go here and refresh, maybe this looks nice. So other things are written in small, your only Chandrayaan is written, or maybe the content inside is written this way. So this is a very nice way, and I feel very good when when you have to put bookmarks somewhere on your web page, when you really have to make bookmarks, no? The scale Y wala, I love it. Like somewhere you have to bookmark your web page. You can, put this kind of a scale, color it up. simple and do it. That's a superb way to do it. Okay. So I think transform property is clear to everyone. Now we'll move on to the next property. And this property name is transition, right? Transition means actually now we will be doing an animation. Why do you say animation? See, first animation we did it in our HTML using a mark tag, right? But now I'm going to talk about another CSS property, which is like, you are giving an animation, right? You are trying to move. You are going to give some color combination or whatever you want to say, right? So it is a wonderful property when you have to, make some changes or do something. So this is a super way to do it, right? So just give me 1 second. I'll show it to you also, or let's do it live in the class only. Okay, let's not take it. So basically animation is what? Wherein you have to move the picture. When you try to move the picture, then it is called an animation, right? For example, when you are taking pictures from your camera, right? How is a video made? Actually, when you put 10, 15, 20 pictures all together, one by one, they start moving. That becomes a video. So initial concept of video was like that only, right? So same way, same concept we will apply. We will make simple, what do you say? Simple elements, and then they will gradually change from one style to another style. And you know what is the beauty of it? Everyone will say, we can do animation only using JavaScript. Why? Because HTML and CSS are for designing, and dynamicity can only be added from JavaScript. That's true. But yes, you do have a flexibility. If you don't want to use JavaScript, only front-end website development you want to do without using JS concept, and you want to put an animation, you can do it in CSS also using the transition property. Yes, the gradual changes you can show. Okay, so basically the CSS property in which you want to add an effect. And can you see it is moving? So there is some time. Obviously here time is there. You want to move it fast, you want to move it slow, and whatever way. Okay. So what I will do is I'm going to show you one very simple example of this one, right? Ki how are we going to do this? How are we going to change the transition, right? So let us begin. So here. Okay. So basically, we are going to. So I hope this much you all are able to understand now. You all have become good experts. So this is transition property, or we can say learning transition property in CSS. Okay, this way also you can write it. So let me just close this. Transition gone now. Yeah, here it is. Okay, learning transition property in CSS. So what are we going to do? The first and the foremost thing is we are going to make one simple division, right? So let's make a div. So div, and here I'm going to make one nice paragraph. I will say, okay, move the cursor. Okay, just a simple way, whatever you want to write, you can to do the things. Now I will start the styling of it. Okay, see, it's a CSS property, so we will not focus on the HTML part. We are going to focus more on the this part, right? So obviously, you know, we are doing the internal styling, so we will do the style. In the style part, what are you going to do? You are going to add a width, okay, and width you can say is 100 pixels. So you can add whatever you want to write, okay. And oh, sorry, I have forgotten one thing. We are doing, sorry, we are adding width for what? We are adding width for division, right? So like this, okay. Control S, and plus I'm going to add one height also to it. So this is a height which is like 100 pixels again. Control S. Okay, so here it is. Move the cursor. Okay, just for you people, I'll put the color also so that you don't. No. Let me put the background color. Okay, background color. Maybe I'll put yellow green. Okay, so you will have an idea how it looks. Okay. So this is my simple color. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to add a transition width. I mean, the width should change, right? So what will I do? I will write here, just look at this very carefully, transition. And in transition, what you want to transit. So for example, I want to change the width. Which width? This 100 width. Okay. This width for say 2 seconds. So basically it is time bound, right? It is time bound. Control S. Okay. So nothing happened. You will say, ma'am, I have added a transition property, but definitely it's not working. But you have to tell also now how much width it should change. You've written that it should change within 2 seconds, but when? So there is one more property which is called hover. Hover means when you, okay, let me show it. How does a hover look like first of all? So say I will go to Microsoft website, open this. Or any website you can take, nothing like that. So can you see when I am hovering over it, like when I go to Teams, there's an underline. When I go to Windows, there's an underline. This is a hover effect. Like when I take my cursor to a particular thing, it is underlining. Okay, leave it. This is not colorful. Maybe I'll take you to some other website. Okay, say Amazon. Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is a shopping website. What is happening? Can you see when I am hovering over these things, it is showing me a box. So this is a hover effect, right? Right here, the hover effect. The way to write hover effect is like you are applying hover on what? I am applying hover on division. So division dot hover. And in this, what you want to do the transition of? You want to do the transition of the width, which is actually 100 pixels. But how much do you want to change it? You are going to change it to 300 pixels. Right? So I will go here, refresh the page and go here. Now you will say, ma'am, now you have added hover effect also, still it is not changing. So there is one thing which you will have to add, and the name of that is known as WebKit animation, right? So either you can do it this way or you can write it on your own also. That is WebKit. Then you can write, see here, transform, everything has come. So you can write here WebKit transition. And in transition, what do you want to be changed? I want to change the width of it. Yes. And in the width, how much do I want to do? I want to do it for 2 seconds. This is important. And generally, whenever you are writing, you will have to write WebKit with a minus sign. So this has to be added along with the transition in case you want to make the transition happen, right? Control S and this. I mean, without using the WebKit. Here what we did transition timing function directly we have used. Ease in and so on, right? So that's all we have used, nothing extra. So linear means linearly it will do. Function means easily. Easy in is inside. So let me show all of them to you. Let me just show it to you. Actually, I wanted you all to do that one, but since it's not working, so we'll stick to the timing function only. Sometimes it gets, yeah. So now we'll move to the next one more form. And this is animations. So one more kind of animations can be added in CSS, and those are called keyframes. Okay, so keyframes are what? This is like which element. Here you can define like from 0 till 25 red color, from 25 to 40. So from 0 to 100, you can make as many animations as you want. Okay, and students, it is very interesting also. Like if you really talk about this animation, this is very nice. And the best part of it is that this keyframes, they are written like this. They start with like this. You have to write @ and then you have to write the keyframe. That's the beauty of it. Like basically, first of all, I would like to tell you, I've created just one division, which is called Lipika's class demo. Now, what will I do next is I am going to make the division width, height, background color. You have to give, whenever you are making a keyframe, please remember you have to give the animation name. Like here I've written example. You can write your name also. Like you can write Nivedita. Okay. But here also you will have to write Nivedita. Okay. If you write here, say coffee, animation name is coffee. So here also you are applying keyframe on what? You are applying keyframe on this particular animation. So this you should take care of. Plus here you are giving key animation name is coffee and this animation duration should be how many seconds? 4 seconds. Now how will you apply keyframes? You will write at the keyframes. Then you will write the name of your animation, which is coffee, and see from to. So here it is written this way. You can write from or to, or you can write 0 to 100%, or you can write 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, that way. Okay. So see, here from, open the curly bracket, put background color red, to background color yellow. Let us try this, how it looks. So see, it's changing. Okay, it's changing from red to yellow on its own, right? If you want to make it faster, you can change it to say 1 sec. Okay. So once you do it, it will change within a second. It will not take time. Okay. Suppose I don't want to change color. I want to change width. So you can do that also. Like which property you want to change, you can decide on that. So maybe I don't want to change the background color. I want to change the width. And what was the width? 100. I want to make it 500. Okay. And here also, I don't want to change the background color. I want to change the width to 500. So it should work. I don't know what is happening. My browser is not getting a pattern. Okay, so basically the width should change, but in this case it is not. So just try this out once again. Okay, maybe they'll have to write 500 pixel or whatever. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the reason it is not changing. I don't know what is happening today. My browser is not. Now it's working. See? Now it's working. Wonderful. And I'll increase the time also. Yes, it's working for me also. I think PX has to be added. Let me make it 4 seconds again. Okay. So 4 seconds. If you want to make it very fast, you can add, see, milliseconds option is also there. Okay. So you can do it like this. Okay. Control S. See, it's working. Plus, you can do one thing like from 100 is there now. So now you can make it from 100 to 200 and then from 200 to 500. So that way also you can do it. So see, refresh, see. First it will go to 200, then it will go to 500. Now your animation is looking nice. Now you can also do one thing like 100, the color is red with background color, from red, it should turn to say yellow at 200 and at 500, the background color should become green. Okay, you can choose nice colors. I'm just trying to show you 3 different colors. Okay, so now it will happen that it will change color also. See, were you able to see? At 0, like initially the width was 100 and the color was red. When it became, okay, let me refresh again. Then it became 200 yellow and then green. So that's how when you are making beautiful web pages, you can add these kinds of animation. As soon as your browser opens, you can do this. Although we will put the animations using JavaScript, generally JavaScript is the one which adds dynamicity to your web pages. But still, if somebody says ki, okay, Nivedita or maybe Rakhi, you have to make a website without using JS and I want animation also. So you can add animations using CSS as well. And that is keyframes is the best way to do it. Okay, now you can do this way also from 10 to from 0 to 10%, 10 to 20%. So you can keep on adding. If you really want to keep on doing it, you can, if you want to make rainbow colors or something like that. So you can keep on adding here 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Like for each percent, it will keep on changing. Right? So understood? The animation property. We'll talk about the display property. Somebody asked me yesterday if I want to keep it line column wise, if I want to keep it in line, if I want to keep it in the block form. So this is the display property. How do you want to display your content on your web page? You want to place it column wise, you can do it this property. You want to place it inline wise, you can do it this way. You want to use it like blocks, you can use it this way. Okay, so display property, I will teach you. Float, we have discussed yesterday, float left and right, although I will show once again to you, don't worry, and positioning. So I think 3 more things and we are done with our CSS as well. So CSS main thing was the animation part, which actually worked. I think transition property was not working for me, but rest all is fine. Okay, great. So let me just take you to the float part first, and then I will come to the display part. So float, although I have discussed yesterday, but I would like to show you float example with a picture. Okay, so let me do it. So before, and here I'm going to add right image, src equal to, and so on, right? And you can also add here alt error. Okay, control S. Now, okay. Copy image link. We will go here. We are going to paste it here. And let's image wrap it. Oh, word wrap it. Okay. Yes. So 1 line code only. And we will come here and see. So yes, the caterpillar is added. Okay, I think this picture is not looking that great. I'm not liking it. Let me put this one only. Because that's like the face is hiding and all. The art will go bad. I mean, it will not look that great. So that's why. Yeah, this is looking so good. Okay, so this is here. Now what is happening? This animation is also happening, but I want to shift this towards right. So what am I going to do? I will just go here because yesterday we shifted division. Now today I'll tell you how to shift an image. So you can just go here, write here image, curly bracket, and in this you can write what? Float and right and semicolon. Control S. Now you'll go here, refresh the page your picture is on. Got it? The float property. Clear? Any doubt in the float? Correct? Easy? Now since, see this one you have made it like this, you can make this one moving this side. So you know this will move left, this will move right. So you are actually making animation using CSS. So that's a wonderful way of doing the things. Display is the most important. Why most important? Because you have the control of the layout. Abhi structure ban gaya. The structure is ready. You have done the coloring, you have taken the theme, you have done the designing, you have done the picture, you have done so many things. But where will you keep what? How will you keep the things? How will the things look nice? So, you know, every element has a default display value according to the nature. Like if there's a rectangle box, then it will have a rectangular behavior. If it is a circle, it will have a circle behavior. Okay. So what will happen is in the display, you will have to see different styles. And what are those styles? One is display block. Block is like one below the other. Display inline. Inline means like line wise, full. Then you have display inline block, like somebody who wants to, it is inline also and block also. So that is what they are trying to tell you over here. So the first and the foremost thing which we will do is we will see all of these using examples. So let us begin. Very important property. Yesterday also one girl asked me, ma'am, how can I display it column wise? So this is your answer. This is how you display the things on your, web page. Okay. So let me go. Sorry. Let me go to display.html. Put it over here. So I'm closing animation and transition. So sometimes, this Visual Studio Code older version is there. So sometimes it doesn't work. Like with me, it was happening. So you all can, uninstall and reinstall Visual Studio or try to check the browser. So like today, I will check. In case the way the things were not working for me, in case you get stuck. Okay. All right. So let us begin. So in this body, what are we going to do? I will write, okay, hello world. This is the thing. And after this, I'm going to write another paragraphs. Okay, let me put like this. Instead of this one, let's not make it random. Let's make it little more nicer and beautiful so that you will also enjoy. Let me put programming languages. Okay, Control S. The first one is Java. Okay. So I will show you all the properties in one only. Okay. Java. Then I'm going to put Python. Then SQL. Then obviously you all should say, ma'am, we are front-end developers, put HTML and CSS at the top, right? Okay. So I think 5 languages we have taken. And now what we will do, we will see how their display looks like currently. Nothing I have done till now. I've just created body, heading, and the paragraphs. Okay, that's all. This is programming languages 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I will start with the first display. Okay, so what am I going to do? The same thing. I will go here. I will go here, put the style tag. In the style tag, what am I going to do? In the style tag, I am going to put, I'm going to put a paragraph and put a curly bracket. And here I will say, okay, which property are we learning, right? So for example, I will put them like this in line. And now we will see what will be the difference. Okay, Control S. They are in line. In the line they are arranged. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy or tough? Easy. This is inline. Now the second one. I will say display inline. I mean display inline block. What does that mean? See here it is written inline block. Control S. Okay. Now you will say, okay, ma'am, what happened? There is no such difference. It is not, changing. See, the difference is actually you are not able to see the width and height. Actually, they are defined in widths. This is the difference. Display block. These are block elements. Actually, it is not showing that beautifully. It should actually show it more nicely or something like that. Why it's not showing? Just give me 1 second. I want to see why it is not working that perfectly over here. Just give me 1 second. I want to try that out. Okay, maybe let's put the colors for it. Maybe you'll get the idea with that. Okay, so I am putting so now see, I am doing which kind of styling now? I'm doing inline styling. Okay, style equal to background color. Here I'm going to write, say, this color. Now I will. So this is known as inline styling. Okay. In the line itself, I'm doing it. I'm just trying to show you something because for you people, you all are not able to understand the difference this way. Maybe you will get the difference this way. Okay. Yellow and maybe a red. Maybe you can write as aqua. Then, oh shit. So here you can write this. Green. Okay. All right, now we'll see once again. So let me put first as inline. Okay. See, currently, what do you see? They are inline. Like it has one line, Java, then Python, then SQL, then HTML. So can you see these are blocks behind it? Every programming language is having a background color of its own, and they are arranged in line. Now, when I'm saying, okay, inline block, Control S. What do you see? They are still here. Why? Because they have tried to arrange them in the line and in the block also. So this full thing is one block. Actually, that block is invisible, like transparent. That's the reason that block you are not able to see. I'll explain you with paint in this case. Basically, one is like this, like in line they are getting arranged like this, in line. Okay, in line like this, in line. Okay, the one which you saw. Now what? This is inline. Okay, let me put it across. This is basically inline. And inline block is that it will go with one block, like inside. Okay, this inside this one block, you have simple blocks like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. So basically, the difference between these two is this. One is arranged in line, but it is not in a box, in a block, and this one is inside a block. But since the block is transparent, that's why you're not able to see it. So are you able to get this thing or no? Again, display and the property. Okay, let me put only block. Only block. No inline block or something, just like that. Okay, refresh and see. See now, block wise they are arranged. One block, two block, three block, four block, fifth block. Can you see? Now elongate it. So when I'm saying only block, where is my paint? Yeah. When I'm saying only block, right? So only block means that this Python is one block, right? Then I will say, okay, Java is another block. Full page it will go. Okay, it will go to the end of the web page. Okay, then your third language, full block it has taken. Correct? Have you understood the difference? Inline is in the line blocks will be arranged. Inline blocks will be arranged inline, but they will be inside a block. And block is simple symbol block. Okay, clear, or you have doubt in this, students? So please try this. See, when you do coding, no, that time you are not able to see the difference. But when you have to arrange now, when you will make navigation bars, you want everything should be in one block. That time in-log block comes into the picture. Try this flex property also. It is used many times with people. I have no idea about it, but yes, something they use. Okay, maybe it is flex or flex box. Just try this one. Mostly students and people use this flex box property. So I am leaving one thing to all of you, that you all will explore flex property and tell me the answer for that. Right? So till display we have